Hi, it's me, Jeremiah McRecording. I have my Synthstrom Deluge back. Look at this baby. And it's got a brand new OLED screen, which is amazing. It's such a huge upgrade for the Deluge. Makes it a whole new machine. It's so much nicer to use now. I'm very, very grateful that this is a thing that exists. Before, it was just a 7-segment display, and I've made a lot of stuff on it and used it with a 7-segment display. I would have continued to, but this is just very inspiring now because it's very easy to see all the functions that are going on. It's great. It makes the Deluge a much nicer to use instrument. So I was inspired when I got it to write something with it. And I was like, okay, I know that Ned Rush, YouTuber Ned Rush, is doing his More Kicks Than Friends thing, which is like a streaming festival where he takes submissions. Go check out Ned Rush's YouTube and Twitter for information on that. And I was like, I want to do a set for that. And I want to do some house music. So let me make a little setup. And this is what it turned into. This is what it is. It's the Deluge, it's the Octatrack, and it is the Norand Mono. So we have drums and samples, we have mixing and effects, and we have a synthesizer here that usually does bass lines. And I wrote a 20-minute set on it, and it was great, and I had a lot of fun. The way that I wrote this set was a little bit new in that I used the Deluge in a slightly different way than I normally would, and it worked really well. So I wanted to walk you through what I did. Like I want to make a fresh new pattern that represents one song in a set and talk to you about the process because I thought that might be fun. So quick note about how this is all hooked together. So the Deluge is where I press play. It is MIDI synced to the Octatrack, which goes when I hit play on this, as you can see. Womp womp. And that Octatrack has the MIDI out into here for clock. Everything is sequencing itself, so to speak. Nothing is sequencing anything else. And the audio from this and this are both running into tracks onto here. They are both set up as what's called a through track, which means they just come in and they get the effects applied to them. And then I have each one set up with what's called a neighbor track, which means it gets another set of effects. So each one has 3 effects that I can then use the slider here for to set up what are called scenes, and I can create complex or simple transitional effect scenes with that thing. And if you're curious more about this, YouTuber and musician EasyBot is sort of the master of using the Octatrack in this way, and he's got a really cool template for that, which I think I'll probably check out at some point. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. Let's start writing, okay? I mean, that's the fun part, right? So I'm using only samples over here, and I start off with a new kit. I say Shift Kit. And I have to pick my audio files. So what I'd like to start off with is the mood. What's the main mood of this track? And I have a lot of samples on here that I have put on here specifically to give me some moods. So let me see. Kind of like that. It's important to pick something that's evocative that you think is going to give you the ability to write something around it and be inspirational to you. But it's also important not to take too long to find it. So I just turned my pattern from 1 bar into 4 bars. So this is going to be a 4-bar phrase. And you can see our pad there. Now, that cuts off really, really fast. So I'm actually going to adjust this pad a little bit in terms of its sound. I'm going to go into my settings for it, which I can see very easily now over here. And I'm going to go into my envelope 1 and attack, turn this up. There we go. Cool. So now it's very, very spacey. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll leave it. I'll turn it down just a little bit. And we might give ourselves a bit more attack on that, just because I want it to be really kind of chill. It's nice. Cool. And we'll turn the cutoff down. There we go. Now it's nice and obscured. Maybe some reverb and some delay. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the set that I wrote was deep house. So I'm going for deep tech, deep house kind of thing. So now I'm trying to create this evocative, sort of melodic, polyphonic sort of establishment at the beginning. I want my key established. I want the feeling established. It should feel, you should have a mood of the track right off the beginning here. There we go. Just add a little bit of syncopation. a lot about like filling in spots. That's what this is sort of about, is like filling in stuff that's not quite there yet. Like we got all this space in between things right now, and that's what we're trying to fill. So put a little effects on that. So on the drums here, I like to put the first three, I like to get some kind of percussion sound to fill in the rhythm a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. Or, oh, lo-fi stuff. Maybe lo-fi perk. That'd be kind of cool. Ooh. I like that. So I'm creating this interlocking system of stuff. The groove is slowly forming itself through the applications of these different disparate elements. They play off each other. It's like a game of call and response until we can fill up all the available slots of syncopation through different ways of addressing the grid. So let's see. We could do a halftime thing. Oh yeah. This will be like a little accent. With a lot less volume. That's cool. I like that. By putting it very reverby, it goes way in the background, which gives it a bit of a vibe. I'm going to find something a bit smaller. Oh, actually, you know what we can do? We can go into the waveform and start it a bit later. That's what we can do. So I'm going to start it right around here. There we go. We're almost to the point where we could put in a bass line. Maybe we should. That is going to be part of our interlocking groove, isn't it? Now, what I like to do for the bass line is, first of all, I need to... that should not be just droning like that. I need to isolate one oscillator and find the root pitch of this. I'm going to use my ears for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit pattern. I'm going to hit function, where is it? Yeah, function length, D16. So now we've given ourselves 4 steps. Now we've given ourselves 4 pages of 16 steps, which adds up to 4 bars, just like what we have over here. So we're working on like 4-bar phrases. I'm going to hit like this. Yeah, that's cool. There we go. All right, cool. What else are we going to do with our melodic kit? Eventually, I will have vocals on our melodic kit, but for right now, I think we need to add some more syncopation and interest, because right now we've nailed down like the sort of like chill part of this. We need to give a little bit more energy to the whole thing. So let's figure out something we can do with that. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I don't really have an idea in mind necessarily. No, not that. Oh, that's kind of fucking cool. Mode, stretch. That sounds good. Let's sidechain that. Now this is something I'm going to want to bring in with a cutoff frequency. So we'll leave it down there. All right, let's get some vocals in here. Shut up.
I like it nasty.
Right.
Don't know why you play like this.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Don't know why. Don't know why.
And we're going to give that a bit of sidechain.
Don't know why.
Reverb.
You change your mind once. It's been a while.
Should we do a hi-hat? Yeah, sure. There is something real magical about the closed hi-hat. Check it out. It just fucking makes everything sound better. It cleanly demarcates the quarter notes of the kick drum, immediately just like doubling the energy of the piece, which I think is cool. I'm actually gonna go into a lo-fi hip hop for this snare because I want it to be very like small. That's not terrible. Yeah, I want it to crack a little bit more. Well, that's certainly small. Okay, cool. Next up is some percussion loops for the top. So I'm going to go into loops. I like to use percussion loops for this stuff because it adds a lot of texture that I normally would not be able to get by programming stuff in. I like that one. Let's try that one. Yep, that was it. Hell yeah. All right, cool. Our drums are done. So now's the time to talk about like the structure and limitations that I work within to make sure that this stays easy to perform. I have drums and I have my synths, and that's it. Each song is 2 rows on the Deluge, which means I can launch them in time like this. That'll come around eventually. Like Ableton, like a clip launcher, right? And within each one, I can come in here and go like this. And that's instantaneous. So it's like 2 things, drums and synths, and I go back and forth between them, and I launch, or not launch, I mute and unmute what I want on each section here. And when I switch between songs, which are again are only 2 of these things, I can turn off like all the synths from one and launch the next synths, or turn off all the drums from one and launch the next drums. Like I'm DJing my own stuff, but I'm actually kind of playing it live. So it's cool. It's really fucking cool. It's fun. I really like it. And then of course we already established that like I can do this, you know. I can come in here and play with the effects for things. I'm going to record this bass line now that we're deeper into this process. Sometimes you'll go and you'll want to redo a part because you have more context now. So one of the things I can do over here is take the bass out with an effect, which is really, really useful. I can also do this, which is sort of a envelope following a filter, which is kind of cool. I also have some other effects. I haven't really developed the effect stuff all that much. Okay, so there's one last but kind of important part to this that I almost forgot to tell you about, and that is baking in your risers and effects. So I'm going to go above my main stuff here. I'm never going to see this channel. I'm just going to launch it once at the beginning of the set, and it's going to run for the entire set. And these are my risers and falls. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to go Shift Kit, and I'm going to start finding some effects that work for rises and falls, interstitial stuff. And this is going to be like a 32 bar long pattern because I wanted to just add those really difficult to trigger on the fly interstitial sort of things like falls, like elevators that go whoop, and things that go and shit like that. And of course, I'm going to turn that down. And I can go into like up sweeps and put an upsweep right there. And I'll put this one right here, but only that much of it. And I'm going to kind of put some like sort of like weird little shots, little effect shots. All right, delay box. That's kind of cool. We'll put that right here. So I'm going to hit effect entire clip, and I'm going to go to level and turn all this way down. And turn the side chain up. A little bit of delay. This should all be way in the background. So this is only 16 bars. I would normally do 32 bars, but I'm going to do that off camera because it's too much. But that's the idea. So this just runs in the background. 32 bars is a really long phrase. It gives you lots to work with. And as you hear those risers and falls and effects come in, you can say, oh, I should probably do something with my arrangement performance-wise to match that. I should bring a new drum sound in. I should take something out. I should make the energy go up or down. It's a really powerful reminder to stay on that 8-bar, 16-bar, 32-bar grid that really kind of like nails home the arrangement concept of this type of music. So that's kind of like one of the bigger parts of this set is making sure that I get those effect loop, like 32-bar effect loop kind of dialed in so that it kind of keeps me moving forward and keeps me accountable as I move through the set. I'm going to perform this now. Obviously a little performance for the outro. If my Ned Rush set isn't out yet, or if Ned Rush is More Kicks and Friends isn't out yet, please go check it out. I'll try to get this video out before it so that, you can submit something for it. I think all the proceeds are going to charity. So it's really worth messing with. It's really worth doing something, and it will make you get out there and do some music, which, I think if we're here watching this video, you're probably interested in doing that. So that's it for me today. My name is Jeremy. This is Red Means Recording. Go make something and have a wonderful day.